Anything that seeks to assail the resolute and indomitable is merely causing harm upon itself with its own aggression. When do you feel conquered? Is it when another nation exerts control over you? Or do you sense defeat when an adversary seizes your home and possessions? Perhaps it's the feeling of being defeated that arises when you're bound, or when someone unexpectedly thwarts your pursuit of a romantic interest. This feeling likely differs for each individual, shaped by how circumstances trigger the indomitable spirit within. The ancient Stoics possessed a profound understanding of unconquerability. They extensively explored the art of achieving one's goals and firmly believed that external forces cannot truly conquer an individual unless they relinquish authority over their own capabilities. The only way external factors can influence us is if we permit them willingly. When we sense defeat, we're essentially defeating ourselves by yielding to it. The unconquerable quest demands us to triumph over ourselves, not the world. This video covers the Stoic philosophy of achieving invincibility. The way we perceive external circumstances ultimately shapes how they affect us, not what is inherent in those things. When we value something too much, we run the risk of developing an intense desire or longing for it. Encountering what we desire gives us joy. It is undoubtedly a wonderful feeling, but when what we long for is rejected, we begin to feel dissatisfied, leaving our emotional state vulnerable to external circumstances. Imagine being truly impressed by someone at your work or school. By mustering up your courage, you set up a successful date. Excitement and happiness may prevail in the beginning. However, disappointment or even distress may occur if this person unexpectedly cancels their appointment. While experiences such as breakups, rejection, or abandonment are common in dating, people's reactions to these situations can vary significantly. Some people overlook such events and continue them, while others hold grudges or seek to rejection triggers strong emotional reactions in us. We can deduce that this event succeeded in conquering our emotional state. The power to influence our emotional well-being and potentially our actions also applies to insults. Even seemingly minor insults can fuel resentment, as if the insulter has power over the insulted. It's like being defeated in one way or another. However, there are much deeper ways for people to exert influence on us, beyond the insults of rejections. This includes threatening to harm a person's reputation, a form often used for purposes of many people value their reputation, and therefore may succumb to such tactics. In such cases, if someone submits to pressure, the person resorting to blackmail has successfully captured his target. Another illustration lies within the practices of imprisonment and interrogation, often employed during the Roman Empire. The efficacy of these methods hinged on an individual's attachment to their physical body and their threshold for enduring pain. It's said that, even in dire circumstances, we maintain a choice. Surrendering to the actions of our tormentor implies choosing to be conquered by them. However, should one resist despite excruciating torture, while the torturer might harm the body, they cannot vanquish the individual. Epictetus, the 2nd century Stoic philosopher, expounds on this dilemma in his comprehensive lectures. In his discourses, he consistently underscores the unequivocal nature of an individual's capacity to choose, often interpreted as moral choice. Despite the extremity of situations, we retain the agency to either control our actions or yield to external circumstances. Epictetus elucidates this capability by narrating his response to a hypothetical tyrant's threats. When threatened with chains, he responds that it's his hands and feet under threat. In the face of execution, he asserts it's his neck in jeopardy. Even with the threat of imprisonment, it's his entire slender body at risk. Yet, despite the possibility of exile, his demeanor remains unchanged. This passage by Epictetus illustrates the tyrant's inability to conquer him, even when attempting to exert power. According to Epictetus, the tyrant may chain his legs, yet these hold no significance. What truly matters are one's choices, solely within our own jurisdiction. To attain invincibility, one must be prepared to endure any hardship and willing to sacrifice everything, including basic necessities, enduring imprisonment, mistreatment, and even parting from loved ones. The unwavering attachment we often hesitate to sever demonstrates the powerful influence strong attachments possess in guiding our decisions. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and philosopher, endured years of torment in Nazi concentration camps, where he observed how people were quick to yield to brutal conditions, often betraying others to survive. However, there were those who upheld their values amidst adversity, exemplifying kindness and compassion despite the atrocities imposed upon them. Despite imprisonment, torture, hunger, and extermination, some individuals remained resilient. Seneca affirmed that the issue lies not in the challenges themselves but in our submission to them. Thus, a Stoic sage remains undisturbed by adversities. They remain unyielding even in the face of overwhelming burdens. They recognize their strength, born for such trials, standing resolute against any burden. This embodies the pinnacle of the Stoic sage, akin to a profound desire, challenging and nearly unattainable. The Stoic philosophy emphasizes persistent practice to achieve a high level of invincibility. Although it's challenging to maintain unwavering rationality, the Stoics acknowledged that emotional responses often precede our intervention capabilities. This distinction led them to differentiate between passions and emotions, asserting that while we have some influence over passions, like distress, fear, lust, and pleasure, we are not entirely immune, yet we possess the ability to determine our subsequent actions despite being influenced. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.